Okay. See how much more we can knock out today. Some fresh gloves. Try and get this the rest of the way off.
Well, it looks like it's just the nut that jammed on this one, so I don't think I need to replace that. That's good. Just clean the thread.
That one is off. That one doesn't come further off. Almost done, guys. That one's out. I wonder if I can reuse any of the Central hardware on this one. Alright, that just leaves these two. Yeah, that one does not want to move though. Wow. Okay. Probably loose. Yeah, should be. And it's coming off. Okay. I don't like how it's pushing against the turbo flange. Feels like it's binding. Well, that should be the last nut holding this on anyway, so
Just keep going. There we go. Looks like it was leaking out of both ends. Best I can tell, it's just the gasket just doesn't make a seal on that side. Well, with everything off, I'll be able to check the surfaces and make sure everything's nice and flush. Though, I'll be honest, if I end up having to do machine work to this head, I'm probably going to end up going with the more expensive pistons. I want to go with the, you know, this, you've heard it before, cheap, fast, reliable, pick two. Well, this is my attempt to show that you can have cheap, fast, and reliable if you get just the right parts done. I mean, you basically have to have already spent too much before you figure out which parts you can go cheap on. But I say it's possible. Sometimes, you know, depends on the vehicle, of course. Alright, let's do, what are we doing next? Let's take the, can we get the distributor out of there? I think it's these two 10s. And these two 10s. Yeah, there we go. What's that? Is this a bearing? Yes, it is. Alright. So I'll have to figure out how that's part of the valve cover or cylinder head or what. I'll get in there here soon enough. Alright. Tool shelf over here. And whoop. Let's get the throttle cables out of the way. Those are 10s as well, I believe. Yeah. There. I think I'm going to take the, yeah, I think I'm going to take the cruise control can off because it's got kind of a rotten throttle cable. And hopefully the one from the other Ultima fits and works on it. Though if I end up doing a swap on the Sentra, I don't know if the Ultima electronics will control it the same. I would assume it does. Well, again, we'll get there when we get there. I won't throw this one away. Ah, that's got my boost gauge, boost sensor on it. Well, you know what? I know what it is. So I don't think it's going to be a problem to unhook it. Wow, unless it breaks it. What the heck? Huh. Some of these hoses have date codes. And it's 1998. Good to know. Some quality hose there. Alright, I'm just going to take that off. Boost sensor is disconnected. Boost cam is disconnected. Cables are out of the way. Speaking of cables, well, we will, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. This may just go up front. Yeah, that's probably out of the way enough. Why is that? There's a bolt. There's a bolt for the alternator bracket that has the engine mount in the way. Well, that's not great. Let's see if it comes off. It looks like a 12. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get a wrench on that. All right, we're gonna have to take the mount off to get to that. Future me problem. Okay. 10s. We'll see ya. The ground I added. But what I really need, more battery up front. Okay. Way. That looks good. This is the fuel pressure regulator nipple. Yep. And you know, when I took the old electronics and the old vacuum and stuff off, I could not make heads or tails of anything. And now, there's almost nothing vacuum or electrical back here. I mean, it's just the bare minimum. It just seems to be so much better that way. Just going back on here so I don't lose this spacer. Looks like I kept the 4 grommets that went from the front of the injectors into the air plenum. Those look okay. What do you think? Can I get the EGR hook back up? Should I get the EGR hook back up? I'd like to. You know what? I'm going to hang this one just sort of unceremoniously on the throttle cable so that I know where it goes. Of course, I think it went to the cruise cable, but I'll figure that out when I get back here. Let's see. A couple of those. One. Two. Now we get into the part that I really don't like about KAs. The back. How is this stuff supposed to be reached? Yeah, I know how. You take the engine out. That's what I did before. Not with this one. Get it? No. This is goofy. Okay. Again, how is this supposed to come off? And I think this is to a maintenance section of the car, the PCV. Well, the IAC is here, and I thought there was a valve to control PCV back here, but I'm honestly not sure. This is part of the engine that kind of baffles me. How am I supposed to get this part out? Oh, yay! Alright, that's off. Might pause the video for a minute just to start cursing. Alright, so it looks like we got 12s across the top, and then 12s that hold the plenum cylinder head. So let's start with the 12s across the top. Can I reach them? Yeah, there's one. Okay. Oh, good. Let's mix the hardware up. There it is. Oh yeah, that's a great spot. All right. Taking that out of the way. Those are 10s on the throttle linkage bracket, I guess is what you call this. There are 3 of them. Okay. Okay. Then we got, I'm thinking it's 12, 12, 12, 12, and then we're done with that one. I can't really tell 100% though. Get these loose, because I can't tell if it's, hold on, 12. Did they? Hold on. Did they put 12s on this in a place I can't get to it? Let me just loosen them all. I've got the other intake from the other KA. I could look at it for comparison. Jeez. Okay. I don't know, it's got that hollow loose sound. That's kind of a good sign. Let's see if I can figure out how to get in there. Yeah, I think, let's try this first. I don't think it's gonna reach. Oh, hey, maybe it does. see another bolt. Doesn't really look like the others. Probably have to take it off though. Is that a 12? First, let's see if it's a 10. Not a 10. Okay. So there's a bolt between runners 3 and 4. That looks just like the other one. Okay. I hope that... There is another one. Okay. Oh. Okay. Long one between runners 1 and 2. Short one between runners 3 and 4. Nut on the outer edges, and somewhere in here was another short one. Okay. Now back to the bunch of 12s. Oh yeah, we're working on that one. Does this work better? Yeah. I hope. I can't wait until it tells me that I have to get it to some precise number of inch-pounds and I have to tighten these in a certain order. Which, if it does have those instructions, it's probably pretty critical. Because these intakes are known for leaking. And when they do, they cause stalling and bogging, and in my case, potentially what blew my engine up. I have the Blocks FMU, which is basically the same as the Vortec FMU, and at low throttle, low RPM, the boost would spike, which is that's not uncommon, but the FMU would not respond to it. And I think it might just not have had the pressure going to the FMU. I think it might have just been going out to the wherever it was leaking. And if it was leaking, it didn't seem to be leaking very much, but if under those particular circumstances, it may have been just what it needed in order to cook the engine. Because it was, when it did that, the AFRs would jump, 17, 18. It would do it briefly. And if I floor it, all of a sudden the turbo kicks in full bore, and full bore is probably the wrong term to use. Full boost, and obviously it's blowing air into every single thing in the air system, in the air intake. So yeah, then I knew I had the proper mixture. But after all this, I'm hoping that issue is resolved as well. Make this a little bit nicer of a drive. Contemplating two other changes. I don't want to get this too complicated electronically, but one is I may try to get the SAFC2, which is it's an electronic air-fuel controller that works by fooling the mass airflow sensor. I might be able to just make one myself using a Raspberry Pi or something like that, but the SAFC2 is kind of already made, and it's what a lot of people use on their KA turbos. And what that would allow me to do is drastically lower my fuel pressure under boost and let the duty cycle compensate. Alright. Yeah, I have a feeling this thing is still held on with bolts that I don't know how to get to. Wow. I see them. I think I do. No, there's one I can't even see. Oh, you know what? I bet you what I'm doing is taking the plenum off. Well, folks, I might be going to the manual for this one. Let's see. Yeah. Alright. It may be reachable from below. But I got a support message. So I'm pausing it here.